Watch out for the big girls. Watch out for the big girls. Hey y'all, what's up? Jerry here. Jerry in the building. Jerry finna clear it up and cause mad hysteria. Causing up everything, disasters in your area. You can never stop me. I keep it going. You hoes better know what the fuck I'm owning. Bitch. Talk about an epic intro. Anyways, I'm here to talk about Lizzo's new series, Watch Out for the Big Girls. And my thoughts on it, I watched the whole entire thing and it was surprisingly good. Lizzo created the series Watch Out for the Big Girls to find more plus size dancers that she could bring on tour and that can join her dance crew called the Big Girls. And basically, if the girls were to, make through the process, they'll be able to go on tour with her and dance with her. The series focused on 9 girls, but overall there was 12, but it really focused on 9 girls, which was Jayla, Ariana, Sydney, Ashley, Asia, Charity, Moesha, and Jasmine. So the 9 other girls had to compete and make it through the different activities to join and become a big girl dancer. So basically for this whole review, it's gonna be in 3 parts. First, I'm gonna talk about my thoughts about each character. Second, I'm gonna talk about my favorite moments from the show. And then the last part, I'll give my overall criticism about the show and how I felt about it. So let's kick it off with the characters. So I'm gonna first start off with Jayla.
Hurdle back up there because I'm not gonna not finish that choreography.
It's okay, Jayla, let's go!
So Jayla is the only transgender woman on this show. And I'm honestly surprised that she was able to become a big girl dancer because too many moments where she was already on thin ice. Like she was just this close to really getting cut. But because her personality was great and Lizzo really worked hard for her to really join and be a part of the team, she was able to make it. A lot of times where, injuries played a factor, and there was other times where the nerves got the best of her. Those moments where where she was really about to be cut, she really pushed herself, she was able to make it through. I'm just surprised she really made it. I didn't see it. Next is Sydney. Sydney is one of the best dancers. She was one of the strongest dancers on the team, and she was very consistent with the different activities and performances that they had for each episode. But by the end, where they really, this is basically the final act that they have to do to really prove if they're really a big girl. Her nerves really got the best of her. I don't know what really happened, but her nerves just really kicked in. She got very anxious, and when it came to practicing the routine, she kind of got a little bit sloppy, and it was just very apparent. And it was just very weird because no one ever see her really do that bad. This is basically one of her only times where she really fucked up, you know what I mean? But on a crucial moment like that, it just didn't look good. But she was safe, she was in the clear, and I'm glad she was able to make it. Next is Ariana. I know somebody like a Ariana. She has that bubbly, quirky, kind of happy-go-lucky personality about her. And she's just very familiar. I'm pretty sure I had friends just like her. I feel like I know her. Also, one of the stronger dancers on the show, and just overall, she's just always been consistent, and she's just kept up with all the different activities, even at times where, she didn't feel comfortable, or there were moments where she wasn't 100% there. I feel like she's always been committed to completing the different stuff that they had to do throughout each episode, and she just kept up. Next is Ashley. Ashley is one of those people on those reality shows where in the beginning you're not gonna really pay attention to her, you're not gonna really care for her because it's yeah, she keeping up or whatever, but she's not really shining. She's one of those ones where like you're gonna see her progression. Like towards the end, that's where she shines, and she got such a great personality. Like I really like her. Like I feel like towards the end, I started to like her a little bit more because I got to see more of her. She started to open up herself more. She started to be more confident. Like she really started to really own the stage and like become a star. That's when she had difficulty tackling in the beginning of the series, but later on she really stepped up to the plate, and I was really glad to see that. Next is Asia. Asia's another one of my favorites. Just like Ariana, I feel like I know someone like Asia. I've seen her in my neighborhood. Like I've seen her at school. Like I just know her. Like I can already tell, sweet, caring, and she's another one of the stronger dancers that was very consistent with the different activities and kept up along. I was screaming when I saw her in that About Damn Time video. I was like, that's Asia! Ah! Like, because for one of the performances that they had to do for the episode, I can't remember which one it was, she did so well when she won the 100% That Bitch award. She earned a spot in the video. So she had like that little cameo appearance, and she was dancing with the big girl. So that was dope. Like, shout out to Asia for getting that. Next is Charity. Charity is another one just like Jayla, where I'm just like, I don't think you're gonna make it. But it's like it's like she stepped up to the plate when it came time to like, no, you might not make it. The thing about Charity is that she kind of put herself in a box before the competition really kicked up, because out of all of the girls, she's the oldest, and out of all of them, she had a lot of insecurities that she had to deal with, and I feel like that played a factor in her performance, where she'll notice the other girls because they're doing good, she wouldn't try as well. When it came to the later the series, she kind of gained that confidence, but it was a little too late. But because she really, like Jayla, because she really stepped up to the plate at that crucial moment, and they really saw like the potential she had, she was able to make it and become a big girl. Now, Charity wasn't one of my favorites, but I was really glad to see that she was able to gain that confidence. She was able to overcome those hurdles that she had. Next is Kiara. Like Ashley, like I said, you're not gonna really see the potential for her until the later series. Like, you're gonna see the progression of her stepping up through each of the series. Kiara was cool and she was consistent, but she always kind of kept in the background. And that was something Lizzo noted, but because she's consistent and because they really saw that she has the potential, she was able to make it. So it was cool that, Kiara made it. She was just one of the ones I didn't really pay attention too much, but it was cool to see her like grow. Next is Isabel. And kind of similar to Charity, I feel like Isabel put herself in a box with the different things that she had to deal with. She didn't really believe in herself, and there was little bits and pieces that showed like, she could do it, but she didn't really bring it all the way, and she ultimately got cut from the show. I remember there was a particular part where they had to do the nude photo shoots, and she was getting very emotional because South Korea, she wanted to become a teacher in South Korea as, I don't know, as like an alternative from dancing or maybe after dancing, but yes, she wanted to teach out in South Korea. But I felt like because she had, other goals that she wanted to do, she kind of sidetracked and didn't really keep up with the different activities that they had to do for each episode. Like, she just didn't give her all. So I feel like it was that, and she wasn't really confident in herself, so she didn't really make it to the series. Alrighty, next is Moesha. Moesha is another one of my favorites too. She has such a great personality. I love how supportive she was for each of the girls, like any moments that they're having, if they're feeling down. Like, she was very supportive. Even at the moment when she was getting cut, she was telling them have fun, give it their all. And I really like that. I feel like if she were to try again, she could possibly make it, but Like, the reason why she got cut is because from the injuries that she injured her ankles during, the pandemic. And she didn't feel as confident as far as hitting the different moves. She had to change particular steps so she didn't trigger any injuries. And she had her ankles fixed, but she was very worried about, damaging or injuring her ankles again. So she wasn't hitting the steps right, and that's when she got cut. I love Moesha's personality. She was just very supportive. It really sucks that she got cut. Like, even though she's one of my favorites, I just knew she was because, and she knew she was. You know what I mean? Hopefully she could come back, whether it's this series or something else where she could show her talent, because she's really great as far as like dancing and working on choreography stuff. Like, of course she'd have to practice, but I definitely see her doing a lot more other things. Finally, we have Jasmine. And I say because she wanna be HBIC, I'm head bitch, you lower bitch. She didn't really understand what this show was about. Yes, this show is about, earning your spot to become a big girl, to join a dancer crew, but it was also about how you would work and how you cooperated with the other girls. There's times where the girls, they have to get together and they're gonna learn a routine. They did that for Juice and some other Lizzo songs. And when it came time for Jasmine, like, she was leading the choreography and to try to teach them, she just wasn't meshing well with the other girls. The girls, they were like, okay, we're confused, we don't understand it, could you slow it down? And she just wasn't connecting with them.
Not really listening to everybody's opinion.
Are you guys doing like hips on that?
Moving on. I just usually, when that happens, being on a team, I just fall.
There was this little rivalry that she tried to have with Ariana, like, oh, you're mini-me and da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, really? And not only did she not get along with, the girls, she was being unprofessional. They had an episode where they work in groups, and they're gonna work with Lizzo's videographer. She's gonna go flirt with the videographer and say, oh, I think you're cute. You're on a work set, you're on a professional setting. This is not the time or place to do that. If this is cut the cameras and you at the bar, okay, but you're literally on set, not only just not getting along with other girls, but then you're being unprofessional and stuff like that. She got cut. And she was one of the best dancers. My thing is this, she probably thought that this was, Dancing Dolls, where it's just like, how Diana is like, if you don't do this right, you're gonna get cut. I guess she thought it was like that, like she thought it was that type of energy, and it wasn't. Because she was saying like how in her dance academy, it was a lot more competitive, and they'll do like little brags and rivalries and stuff like that, and it's like, that's not the type of environment. Like, yes, you want to be the best, but it also dealt with other things. How do you get along with people? Do you handle yourself well when it comes to the professionals that Lizzo works with, videographer, choreographer? And she really forgot that, and she got cut. Now I'm going to talk about my favorite moments from the show. So one of them would be where Lizzo had the girls kind of go on like a mental health relaxation retreat. In that episode, they kind of dealt with like their inner demons / insecurities that they're just dealing with. That was really dope that Lizzo gave them a space where they can deal with that, so they could kind of brace themselves for the competition, and it doesn't really affect them later on. I don't really see that from a lot of reality shows or competition reality shows. And I thought that was really dope that they had that chance to kind of release that baggage or to reduce that baggage. Whatever they were feeling, they had that space where they could kind of deal with that. I thought that was dope. Another one of my favorite moments is where they had the music video. They're all split into different groups. One group had the closet, one group had the gym, the other one had the pool. I love that episode because they were able to be creative, and they're able to come up with their own choreography and stuff like that. And it was just a very dope episode, and to see like how the girls kind of worked well with each other. The best group to me was the one, It was Jayla Charity, and Asia. They're the best group because they made best use of their space. My least favorite was the pool one because I'm like, y'all have a pool. Y'all they could have done a really better theme than just like the girls having fun. Y'all could have done like a little tropical oasis type vibe. Y'all could have done a swamp situation. I was just very disappointed. I'm like, I feel like y'all had the advantage, but y'all didn't really like deliver it. Now I'm gonna move on to my whole entire thoughts about this series. I think Lizzo did a great job with this series. I like that Lizzo was very fair because I know there was particular moments I'm just like, oh, you might not make it. You might not do this. I thought she was very fair and she gave them room to grow. She like those middle episodes where there weren't much eliminations going on. She was being very patient with them. And I don't really see that a lot from competition reality shows. I feel like if you do even the slightest thing bit off, you're out. Lizzo really wanted to connect with them as people. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to just hire a one-off dancer. You know what I mean? Because Lizzo didn't even have to make the show. If Lizzo wanted to find like professional plus size dancers, I'm pretty sure she has an agency she could reach out to and find them, but she really put her time into creating a series where she could find people, all around the world and just give the everyday person a chance to change their lives and to, have, those professional experiences, have that connection to Lizzo. I thought that was really dope too because she didn't really have to do something like this. I just think this show complements Lizzo's brand very well. And I talked about Lizzo's brand in a video a while back because, she was very wishy-washy as far as, whether she really wants to incorporate like body positivity into her brand or not. There's certain instances where she was saying like, hashtag body positivity. And then she was saying, well, I don't want to be grouped in body positivity, but Lizzo will feed into that conversation. Lizzo will make her music surrounded around that topic. So I'm just glad that she's making it work in her favor now that she has the show, now that she has the fashion line. There's only so much you can take when it's like, oh my gosh, they call me a fat ass. Oh my gosh, they call me a big bitch again. It's like, that's fucked up. But it's just like, you don't have to keep feeding into that. And that's where Lizzo really messed up, is that she kept feeding into that and it really gave more energy to that. So it just gave more fuel to the fire. So I'm glad that she's found a way to manage that and work around that so it could work in her benefit rather than always being like a target at her or trying to damage her. Now I'm going to talk about her new single, About Damn Time. And I'm glad that Lizzo's back to that sound. I did not like Rumors. I didn't like it at all. That song just wasn't it. Lizzo didn't deliver at all. It's just the fact that Cardi carried the song. I was like, oh. It wasn't a good song. Like I didn't really like it. I like this song. About that time, it's like along the lines with Juice, which I just feel like is hands down Lizzo's best song. You know what I mean? I think it's a nice song. Basically, Lizzo getting back to Lizzo type situation. You know what I mean? I just think as far as the song, it's not necessarily something extremely like new. It's, I've heard this from Lizzo. The song itself, it's not nothing too different. I would say it's a little typical, and I would say it's more safe in a way. I don't want to seem like I'm saying more safe as in like it just wasn't. It is Lizzo, and it feels more genuine than Rumors. That's what I'm trying to say. It just feels, it connects better than Rumors, which is why Rumors didn't. It pretty much came and left because it was just like, huh? The music video was cool. Like she did something different where she was like at this therapy session or whatever, and they was asking if you feel like sexy but stressed, and you know, basically, I guess she had like her little singing in a shower moment, going through the fucking office building and just having fun. So I think the concept of the music video is pretty cool, different. Like you wouldn't just I would probably expect like, you know, a whole dance club scene and a little, you know, choreography step down, but she did something different. So I think that was cool that she did that for the music video. She made it more unique and not, you know, so like typical or expected. So that was cool. That's my whole entire thoughts, you know, about the watch out for the big girls, watch out for the big girls, watch out for the big girls. Yeah, that's my whole thoughts on the series, and that's my thought about Damn Time. Lizzo's new song, About Damn Time. And that's pretty much my whole thoughts on the whole entire video. Let me know your thoughts, and if you did watch Watch Out for the Big Girl, if you watch that series, let me know your thoughts on it. Like, how did you feel? Who was your favorites? How do you feel about who made it? And also, how do you feel about Lizzo's newest single, It's About Damn Time? Like, do you like it? Are you feeling it? I'm just glad it's not like some rumor shit. That's it. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to comment. Make sure you're like, you know, following me. The Twitter, the Instagram, the YouTubes, everywhere. I have to stress it. Make sure you're hitting the little bell icon. Yeah, I gotta say it because you know how everybody on YouTube, you know everybody in the fucking videos be like, dang, you know, a lot of people in the videos like who subscribe ain't even watching. It's because I don't know what it is, but just hit the bell icon, hit the notifications and shit, and you know you're there. But yeah, that's the end of this. This is the end of the video, and I'll see you later.